This program is proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education.
Good morning and welcome to the Transformation Agenda series on education. God bless you, always connecting with us. This morning we have another wonderful conversation with you. We're going to continue our conversation we began last week on branding, and today we're going to be dealing with investing in your personal brand, looking at attitude and appearance. And it's very important that you connect with us this morning and be part of this conversation. It's so important. I attended this conference by this organization, and I learned so much. And I realized that you need to have paid something to join this kind of a class. But through the Minister for Education, the Ministry of Education, Transformation Agenda Series on Education, you are going to listen to this for free. And I really want you to partake in this conversation this morning. And it's going to help you because these are some of the things that we don't know that disqualifies us from getting to places that are for us. God bless you. Stay tuned. I am Abraham Edo. I'm your host. We're going to be on Class 91.3 FM, as you know, on whole at 92.5 FM on Word Radio GH on Facebook, Transformation Agenda Series page on Facebook. We're going to be on YouTube at the Transformation Agenda Series page of Word Radio Media and Educational Consultancy. We're going to be on these channels as we partake in this beautiful conversation that we are going to have this morning. God bless you. Stay tuned.
This is Class 91.3.
This program is proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education.
This is Class 91.3.
You are listening to the Transformation Agenda Series on Education with Abraham Edo. This program is proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education. This is the Transformation Agenda Series on Education with Abraham Edo. This program is proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education.
This is Class 91.3.
Good morning. I'm excited to be here this morning.
This program is proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education.
All right, so good morning to you. Honorable Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, Minister for Education. And Koswahini of Tepa. Yesterday we were at Tepa. We visited the STEM College of Education. Congratulations to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, Minister for Education. You really done a great job for this country. And then we visited Ashanti region. I mean, Bosomchu constituency. We went to Seria. Mirrors, the building in Yefeldodo. 21st century buildings are Ghana Yesisuaha. Ebekado University, but or a secondary school. Dr. Yao Osei Educhum America Ghana. Yamin Shrawati.
This program is proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education.
So good morning to you, Minister for Education. Good morning to you, Deputy Minister for Education, Honorable Reverend John Intim. Good morning to you, Deputy Minister for Education, TV, Professor Kingsley Nyakon. Good morning to you, Mrs. Mamley Andrews, Chief Director, Ministry of Education. Good morning to you, Director General, Ghana Education Service, Dr. Eric Nkansa. Baby, I will be on your show and pay. Lawyer Daniel Ejari, Madam Angela Fran, Mr. Paddy, all those are the Secretariat of the Minister for Education. All directors of education across the 16 regions of this country, good morning to you. Agency heads, heads of all institutions, headmasters, headmistresses, housemasters, housemistresses, students of this country, good morning to you.
This is Class 91.3.
Alright, so on the 15th of October 2024, the Minister for Education had an immense privilege of hosting the African Skill Week Forum, a pivotal platform organized in collaboration with the African Union, Ghana's Commission for TVET, that's CTVET, and the Ghana TVET Service. The forum brought together key stakeholders to discuss the crucial role of TVET, that's technical and vocational education and training, in building Africa's future workforce. Alongside with his esteemed panelists, he explored actionable strategies to enhance employability through TVET, ensuring that our skill development programs align with labor market needs. Seeing the youth actively engaging in these discussions was truly inspiring, asking insightful questions and demonstrating their passion for shaping their future with inspiring. Shaping their future, was inspiring. So events like these are crucial to driving policy reforms and creating opportunities for young people across Africa. So the minister thanked all the sponsors that included the World Bank, UNESCO, German Corporation, GIZ, ILO, BILT, etc. for their support. And so together we are laying foundation for a skilled and empowered generation ready to lead Ghana and Africa into the 21st century economy. Good morning to you. All those listening to us from the Volta region, Whole 92.5. So from next we're going to have a segment on this show. Education in newspapers. We're going to pick up the stories that appeared in our newspapers and then we're going to be discussing them before our conversation starts. So that's going to be starting next week.
This program is proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education.
Sorna Sawai. Abba. Don't get it twisted. This is a Transformation Agenda series on education, sponsored by the Ministry of Education.
This is Class 91.3.
So my guest is already seated. And today's conversation, everyone needs it. Mayara can opinion that I'm sure you Usuban the way you say so one. Obama Shirazi. Obiara ko interview na wara wabodi wa yeseketu. Nyama ni name. Panzi ni name. Sabe bia won kankra botuma ma obi aka chede ko wechi kakra. E una nya obi kasa na okonechi kakra na ochede anhwe anyama nko yie. Da menya manyeme ne ye ba be kyerɛkyerɛ. Ye be kyerɛ suban obu ade we oye n'enyim enye ne kasa na we mu na n'enyim star bi. Kwana efa do gina ho anya obi kasa. Usuban botuma ma hweraze. Onfa na school akọ. Se enyi suban papa. Na usuban bona. Nyama bebre bohwero. Echro bana kwana be fada kasa. Enya kasa bia na woka. Anya kwana bia na wo fado kasa. Anope yer ba be che waze bebre. School for awofo akyerɛkyerɛ for teacher for. Yamena the mona minister don't ye chin schools bebre. Ebogo school bi na teacher bi o chaze. Ni tinwa yeseketu. Obi so na abodwo sensan ho wa abodwo na se woja wa abodwo so a won shape ni ye won sra kra na wa ye fefefe na wa ye seketu na oji angofo mofom wo chen wona aze. Onye fe kra. Nti mpoto dem program bomozana na ye hasonete. Ai.
Can lead to a loss of significant opportunities in life. Your image holds substantial importance as it conveys much about your character and influence how others perceive and treat you. At Copadam Image Consultancy, we specialize in professional grooming, etiquette, and business skill management. With over 15 years of experience, our consultancy empowers individuals to enhance their personal and business image. We offer tailored training in marketing, sales, prospecting, personal branding, grooming, business etiquette, communication skills, customer service, and interpersonal skills. Our programs are designed to equip you with essential tools needed to stand out in this competitive landscape. Join us at Copadam Image Consultancy to leverage your skills and seize new business and social opportunities. Let us help you accelerate your career growth by building a powerful personal brand that leaves a lasting impression. Our areas of specialization includes interpersonal skill training professionals, marketing and sales prospecting, personal developing and branding specialist, etiquette and business image consultant, personal stylist, and image makeover specialist, makeup and skin expert, total image makeover specialist, creating and implementation of best code policies. Call Copadam Image Consultancy on 020-647-1765, 020-647-1765. Copadam Image Consultancy. We make you stand out.
This program is proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education.
This is Class 91.3.
So good morning to you, madam.
Hi, good morning, doctor.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, maybe you come closer to the microphone so you can hear your wonderful voice.
Okay.
All right, it's a blessing. Last week you were here,
Yes, I
and
was.
you really blessed us. I had a
thank
lot
you.
of beautiful feedback from
Wow.
the listeners, and it was really impressive.
Thank you.
And God bless you. I realized that there are a lot of things we do. I told you that one of the attitude I have, which I believe that God gave me, is that whenever I find something good, I want to share.
That's true.
Good. So when I came and I saw what I realized, that it's not about studying in the classroom, but there are basic things that you need to have
I
as a
agree.
person, so that when you go out there, you know how to conduct yourself and present yourself. You're talking about how you dress and all that.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you may put on a black shoe because that shoe is very nice. And
It's
then
true.
the shirt, you love that shirt so much, and you are going to a place and you don't know what to wear and all that. It's very important.
True,
And
you're
so
right.
we are grateful that you came.
Thank you.
And very important. Last week you shared something before we left, and that is where I want us to pick this one from.
Okay.
You mentioned that we talked about the dressing, and
Yes.
and we realized that when students wear dresses that easily get dirty. So let's look at white, for example. It
Yes.
helps them to conduct themselves. Let's look at the color of the uniform that they wear,
Okay.
and let's look at white, for example. Tell us about what it does to the person, what that color does to the
Okay.
person, and how it shapes their way of thinking and attitude.
Very good. So, white is an embodiment of authority and confidence. I mean, when you are in white,
Yeah.
you have a sense of, how do I say, of being seen, as it were. So with the white uniforms, like we spoke last week, it makes them more self-conscious about themselves and the kind of activities they engage in. Because white is a color that can easily be seen when it is dirty or when there are issues with it. You find that they're more careful
Okay.
with their environment, how they play with their friends, they're conscious about their color, because nobody wants to be seen as a dirty person. And you realize that the care they give to white uniforms is greater than what they would give to colored uniform, because obviously whatever you do with white uniform is there for people to see. So it makes them also realize that personal hygiene, things like let's say body odor, or maybe people that perspire, if you do all that on a white uniform, these things will come. So automatically they want to fix those issues regarding themselves. Maybe realize that anytime you wear a white shirt, the collar gets dirty easily, and it means that when you're bathing, do you scrub your neck very well? Do you wash those areas? So white is helpful. It makes them more self-conscious about themselves, and then it helps them to understand that their image is important. And so from an early age, they start to project the image that they want, because obviously whatever they do on that uniform or how they project themselves will be seen by the outside world.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right. So, if you were to recommend a color of uniform for Ghanaian schools, which color would you have recommended? Before you answer that question, I think I'm here with Mrs. Emma Ado Owusu, who is the lead consultant at Kubadom Image Consultancy. So that's the personality you are listening to.
Yeah, true,
Good.
true.
Great. Now, before we let's look at which color would you have recommended that our students wear? Are you going to say that, okay, those are the lower grades because they play a lot?
Yes.
They should wear this or that and that and that. Let's look at that one.
Yes, I would say that I would suggest a combination of white and another color. Making everything white is cumbersome. You understand? Because they sit, they move around, they play, they walk around in dusty sound. So maybe if bottom part dark color, top part white, I think that would be a brilliant idea.
Do you also think that we should have like days where trying to build this culture in them, maybe on Monday and Tuesday, one of our uniforms is white, and then we see how they can conduct themselves that day to ensure that
Yeah, it's very important. Some of these things, you look at it in the initial days of schooling. The schools are very rigorous. They check your uniform,
your nails and your
nails,
teeth
they
and
check
everything.
your hair, your teeth, and all that. It really helps the kids, because some of them may not be from very advantageous backgrounds. Some of them are maybe from broken families, and maybe that care is not there. But just knowing that you have a teacher or a school that cares about your personal hygiene is a form of self-confidence that you're building in them. That know you really need to look like this. It really helps your image and all that. So right from the grassroots, you are training them into the sort of adults that you want them to become.
All right, thank you very much. So let's look at our topic for today. We are looking at investing in your own brand. Let's look at investing. When you say invest in your own brand, what are you really referring to?
I'm referring to what you did the last time.
Okay.
I keep on saying this, and I'll repeat it anywhere. I mean, people like you inspire us. Let me be honest with you.
Thank you.
You heard about my program. You've never met me before.
Yeah.
How do you even know I'm not a scam? For example, my parents are partly Ghanaian and partly Togolese. But I was raised in Lagos.
Okay.
So talking, actually, you can sense the Nigerian accent.
Okay.
So when people even call and they make inquiry about the program and they hear the Nigerian accent, red flags go
They
up.
think about 419.
They don't straight up. But here's the situation. You spoke to me, I explained it to you, and the next step you made, where do I make the payment? And I'm like, I gave you the instruction. I had, my mind was off. And then you said, I've paid you, I've registered for the program. See you on that day. I'm like, Jesus, this is the fastest turnaround time I've ever had in my life. Like less than 5 minutes, we were done. Payments and all that. You didn't ask me question. So things like this shows me that there are there are few people in the system who are keen on investing on their brand and starting from you.
Okay.
So people like you give us hope and inspiration. Like if you can do this, there are other people in the system who are prepared to do same. So you invested in your brand. We formed a relationship. We're building a partnership.
Okay.
We don't know where this relationship is going to take us, but we are trusting God for His direction and His blessing in everything we're doing. So you coming to the program, and then on top of it, what I really felt really inspired me most was the note you left me after the program. You wrote me a very beautiful note, which I found very encouraging. What people fail to appreciate is that for us as trainers and consultants, feedback is important. Sometimes it's nice for somebody to tell you are doing a good job, you know, keep it up and all that. So I'm seeing investing in your brand typical of what you do. You don't ask questions. You're like, this is going to benefit me. And I know I tell people that, look, if you don't invest in your brand, who's going to do it for you? It's your image you're talking about here, not mine anyway. But we spend a lot of time entertaining ourselves, going to social events. We spend money on irrelevant things. But that thing you need to spend money on, let's say like your training on how to dress properly, how to talk, work with confidence, that can open doors for you. We start to argue, it's not unacceptable. So if you want to grow your personal brand, you need to invest in it. Everything we do in life is about investment. Relationship, you have to invest in time. Relationship with God, you have to do the needful. So if you want your brand to grow, invest in necessary financial financial content involved in building your brand, and then watch your brand soar. Without this, you're not going anywhere. You're going to be exactly where you are.
Honestly, I must tell you that I realize that thousands of people are in darkness. In darkness in the sense that they first maybe don't know that they need to do this personal branding thing you're talking about. I went to African University College of Communication, AUCC at Adabraka. A communication student, we studied branding. But you see, there's a difference between actualizing, doing it, practically doing it, using the tools that you've gained in practice. That's quite different. So you realize that majority of people don't really understand branding they look at it as, is it a company? But every individual need to know how to do ABC.
I agree.
Very, very important. Now, I just want to ask you, we have secondary schools in this country for girls' schools. I'm sure that Ghana Education Service or Ministry of Education may have something like that. For example, I went to Bosomtwe Girls and for a recording, and the ladies, how they sat, the sitting itself was something else. You realize that they've been taught how to sit.
Exactly.
So few of these things maybe they do. But will you be willing to roam schools across the country, let's say our secondary schools, if you are given the permission to go and talk to these young guys and young boys to know that, look, because the guy who is at the secondary school who closes from class, removes his shoes, puts the smelly shoe in the dormitory under his bed where there are other colleagues in the room. He throws that smelly socks somewhere. Will grow up and go to university where he doesn't have any supervision, because at the secondary you have supervision, university don't have. Then he finishes and then now marries. And then the wife has to be taking smelly shoes outside every day, smelly socks outside every, because that's the culture. That's
the culture they're bringing.
So will you be prepared if that opportunity is given you to go to our secondary schools across the country and educate these young ones? Because I'm telling you, the things that we learned, I'm sure that we may not have the time to exhaust all here, but I believe that every citizen of this country, young ones, whatever, need this, and it's very important. So you've mentioned about investing yourself, as in finding out opportunity avenues where you can go for such trainings, and Kobadem is one of such. Now let's look at attitude, and then we'll come to appearance. What attitude will instantly block you from rising from level 1 to 2?
Good question. And let me answer your question. Yes, I'll be willing to go around the schools to educate them.
Great.
Because I believe that charity begins from home and from school as
That's
well.
right.
So attitude, what kind of attitude will block you? An attitude of pride, inability to have proper teamwork among your colleagues, lack of confidence, lack of proper communication skills. You're unable to articulate your needs or your points across without being acrimonious. Insubordination. These are attitudes that can block things from progressing for you. We say this because when you build a personal brand, there's a lot of elements involved in branding.
Okay.
And I like the fact that you mentioned that while you were, studying, you learned branding. And sometimes when you talk about brand, people think it's usual poster and all that. We're talking about you yourself, your unique selling proposition. What makes you different? Why should I engage you as against another competitor? All those features that makes you different, which is apart from your signage and all that, has to do with your personality, whom you are. So if you're engaging with me and you come across as a reasonable person, you're confident, you can articulate yourself very well, I want to have a conversation with you. But where this case is that you don't know what you're saying, when it comes to teamwork, you feel that no, it's either your way or the highway. Those kind of attitude damages your brand, no matter how educated you are, no matter your local or international exposure. If you don't have the right attitude that conforms to your peculiar work culture, you cannot coexist with people. So sometimes you find that there are people who are experts in their own field. They have great jobs, but often management needs to make the decision to let them go because they are unable to have a bonding relationship with their colleagues at work. So it means that they have the expertise, they have the professionalism, but the attitude is messing up things for them.
Wow.
So attitude can make and unmake your image.
All right. So just like a tree which you prune as it grows.
Yes.
Who should build attitudes, and how do we naturally grow in that field?
Socialization. They say man is a product of its environment, and to a large extent, it's true. We're trying to say that if you don't bring up the kids from home regarding how they should show respect for authority, how they should be considerate when they're in the midst of people, who is going to teach them? Now, the teachers in the school are doing so much. Aside from the fact that they also have their families to also raise. We've given them our kids to raise, and they're doing their best. So we also need to support them. So when I find sometimes this attitude of insubordination towards teachers, it hurts me, because these people are shaping the character of these upcoming kids. So first point of call is the upbringing of the child. If the child is well brought up, yes, it makes the process easier. It makes the transition easier. It makes the attitude formation easier. However, if that is not the case, because obviously not everybody has been raised in a perfect family, you as an individual can do a lot to gain those skills if you want to gain them. So if somebody, for example, points out that you are very argumentative, you don't have any sense of teamwork, ask yourself, oh, okay, why is this person saying this?
You don't get angry.
That's right, you don't get angry. In fact, anybody who comes and criticizes your attitude, never be upset. Find out if there is truth in what they are saying, and then use that information you've gotten to improve your image. Some people have been raised in very unloving and unkind backgrounds, but they realize the negative impact they had in their lives and the relationship they're having with people. So what is their determination? No, I am a beneficiary of negative attitude, I will not do same. So they change their attitude, making it easier for them to fit into society. But if we have this attitude that is being pointed out that no, this attitude is wrong, and you're not changing, eventually you will suffer the consequences, bottom line. But the key thing there is that nobody wants to be seen with you. They may hang around you because of maybe what they are benefiting from you, but eventually you don't get the doors opened because you are seen as a very, very difficult person. And with the kind of stress we have to live with in this world, nobody wants to associate with anybody who will make their life more frustrating than it is already. So we need to bear that.
All right, thank you very much. The Minister for Education, Dr. Duchum, has been mentioning growth mindset. What is growth mindset?
Fantastic. I'm happy he is he's a proponent of growth mindset. Growth mindset is the ability to open your mind to new developments, new creation, worldviews that differs from yours, and explore the possibility of using these divergent views to build yourself and to grow in your field. The fact that you have learned how to do something in a particular way does not mean that yours is the best. Growth mindset enables you to explore that particular activity from other perspective and enrich your life. So people with growth mindset, they grow easily. They are able to accommodate other people because they realize that it's not just about you. But fixed mindset people, it's dangerous. They don't see any possibility of progress. They are like, oh, I don't think this is going to work. You know me, this is how it has been all these years. I don't want to change. I'm comfortable with the status quo. Those people will drag you back. So to grow and to develop, we need a growth mindset. We should never be content with what we have learned. We should open up our minds and our heart to the possibility of new knowledge, growing in our field, experiencing things from different perspectives. That is the only way we can survive. So I, for example, can tell me I'm a professional in my field, but that doesn't mean that if I'm sitting with a fellow consultant, I block my mind to whatever they are telling me. No.
Wow. And that is pride, right?
And that is pride, because you feel you are all assuming. But that is dangerous, because for all you know, that person may open up your mind to an angle you have never even imagined. So why don't you have a growth mindset and be willing to learn from people, from your staff, from even your cleaners, from your drivers? That's the only way you can grow.
All right, so Ministry of Education is not only dealing with students in the classroom, it's responsible for education Ghanaians, right?
Absolutely.
Now let's look at the whole country. We'll come back to this. Do you think we have a growth mindset as a people?
It depends on whom you're dealing with.
So let's look at it generally. I mean, percentage-wise, do you think, I mean, if you look around, we are dealing with education, but
yes,
because it is the people that are in the classroom that are going to become leaders tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Good. But you have engaged with people. When you are talking to the ordinary Ghanaian on the street and you want to tell them to do something the other way, what's the response?
The pessimism is quite high. And so you find that you have to overtalk yourself to bring their mind to be able to see things from your own perspective. So you find that a lot of time they are not willing to. But it's just that I realize that when you take time to educate somebody, over time they will see things from your own perspective. But it's just that it takes time. It's not something that they pick up easily. You know, they feel it's either white or it's black. But that's unacceptable. It doesn't go that way. You understand? If you're going to develop, if you're going to grow, you need to understand that life cannot be a series of perfections. No. You're going to have challenges, and each challenge you're able to surmount makes you a better person, increases your value and worth, and you realize that you have much more within you to give out than where you are coming from. And that's why growth mindset is important.
That's why growth mindset is very important. Thank you very
Minor
much.
error can lead to a loss of significant opportunities in life. Your image holds substantial importance as it conveys much about your character and influence how others perceive and treat you. At Copadam Image Consultancy, we specialize in professional grooming, etiquette, and business skill management. With over 15 years of experience, our consultancy empowers individuals to enhance their personal and business image. We offer tailored training in marketing, sales, prospecting, personal branding, grooming, business etiquette, communication skills, customer service, and interpersonal skills. Our programs are designed to equip you with essential tools needed to stand out in this competitive landscape. Join us at Copadam Image Consultancy to leverage your skills and seize new business and social opportunities. Let us help you accelerate your career growth by building a powerful personal brand that leaves a lasting impression. Our areas of specialization includes interpersonal skill training professionals, marketing and sales prospecting, personal developing and branding specialist, etiquette and business image consultant, personal stylist, and image makeover specialist, makeup and skin expert, total image makeover specialist, creating and implementation of best code policies. Call Copadam Image Consultancy on 020-647-1765, 020-647-1765. Copadam Image Consultancy. We make you stand out.
All right, thank you very much. So that's the Copadam Consultancy, Image Consultancy. And I have the lead consultant right here, Mrs. Emma Adu-Owusu, who is here teaching us a lot and a lot and a lot. And I believe that you are listening and it's changing the way you do things. Let's talk about fixed mindset. What is a fixed mindset?
A fixed mindset person does not see the possibility of growth or changes. They are fixated in their particular culture. they are not open to new ideas, new perspectives, or are not willing to explore the possibilities that exist. And that can be very difficult, because when you have somebody who is fixed mindset, there's a tendency to look down on whatever it is you do, because they cannot see themselves, shifting from their worldview, and that's dangerous, very dangerous.
So someone with a growth mindset working with someone with a fixed mindset, what would be the friction there?
God help them.
Wow.
God help them. The friction there is that this person is positive, super, looking at perspective. You know what? It's like this today. Don't worry, tomorrow let's work at fixing this. And the other fixed mindset person is like, what are you saying? Our ancestor said this years ago. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not interested. Let me be. And that's one of the disadvantages of having a fixed mindset. You cannot see the light at the tunnel.
Wow.
It's just about darkness around you and you being fixated with where you are. So you cannot grow.
Wow.
When you have an economy or a country of fixed mindset people, the pessimism is terrible. So you find yourself always in the corner. But growth mindset enables you to see the light even before dawn has broken.
Wow.
And because you anticipate yourself seeing that light, it pushes you on. It motivates you. And because you are persistent and you are good at what you're doing, eventually you will get the success you're looking
Wow.
for.
Thank you very, very much, Madam Emma. Now, we are looking at attitude. And so if I enter someone's office, the first time I enter someone's office, what should I do that may not cause that person to maybe say to themselves, this person will not be allowed to my office again, or I wouldn't want to interact or engage with this person again?
So when you walk into the office, like we said the last time, observe protocols.
Okay.
You are going in to visit somebody. The first thing that often breaks the ice is a smile and a welcoming attitude that shows that you're a positive-minded person. So you walk into the room, let's assume the person is alone, and you should stride in with confidence. You go in there, your eyes should light up, you have a smile, and you're directing it at that person. Then another thing you want to do is that you want to connect with the person through eye contact. Eye contact is important because it tells the person that you're confident, you know what you're about, and you're ready to engage. So this kind of positive aura around you attracts the other party.
Okay.
Because then they want to know you. It's like a magnet. It pulls the person towards you, which is all positive, and then you can go into the task of the day. But if the opposite is the case, then they're not sure about you, and people begin to put in, their guards. Who is this person? Is everything okay? So to you, the person walking in, that should be your mode of operation. Walking with confidence, connect with the person, establish direct
eye contact.
Establish direct eye contact. If there's a handshake to be exchanged, exchange it with confidence, with a firm grip, and then tell the person that I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for receiving me, and go about your business.
So who tells who to sit, or you just sit? That I'm looking at that.
You're walking into somebody's office. You should be where to be seated. Is it your house? Is it your hall?
Yeah. Because you go to homes and you see that the big man has a special chair he sits on.
Exactly.
You don't know.
You don't know. And the guy is irritated and like, So, thank you for bringing up this point. You see, so you walk into somebody's office. The person who is receiving you knows in what capacity wants to receive you.
Okay.
Sometimes when you walk into people's office, they have a sofa in the corner.
Okay.
And then they have a regular table and 2 chairs or 3 chairs in front of them.
Yeah.
Maybe he would prefer you meet in the sofa in a relaxed atmosphere because he wants to establish that relaxed atmosphere.
Okay.
But you prevent him from doing that by sitting firmly in front of him. So it makes it difficult for him to shift you. So when you walk into an office, wait to be directed as to where you should be seated, and then you sit. And sometimes if you walk into an office and the person is engaging with you, and sometimes they can even forget, you can tell them, oh, can I have a seat? I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Yes, please forgive me. Have a seat. So those are the things you should
basic
look at.
things,
Yeah,
and
basic
you can
things.
just close doors right in front of you.
Absolutely, because you can't detect me. You're in my space. Let's put you're in my space. So I should tell you where you should package your body parts to. So I want you in my sofa, you be on sofa. So you can't walk into somebody's office. Realize that those sofas look extremely comfortable and nice. They can do wonders for my back. And then you walk to the sofa. You've not been invited into that space. What are you doing there? So wait for your host to invite you and tell you where to be seated, and then you go and sit. That's how it should be.
Wow. This is beautiful. All right.
Thank you.
Now let's look at talking.
Okay.
I've watched. Let me use the minister because it's the one I know.
Okay.
Most times, if you look at his pictures, I can tell you because I've done that research. I'll say myself.
Oh, great.
You watch his posture when he's standing.
Yes.
Most times with the president, that's his boss.
Yes.
His hands is always behind him.
Yes.
That's how we're brought up to
Yes, sir.
show a sign of respect.
Yes,
There may be
absolutely.
other reasons which I
Yes.
may not know.
Yes.
Let's look at posture.
Okay.
That also has to do with maybe the posture you portray
Yes.
may give a wrong signal that you are disrespectful or something. Is there something like that?
Yes. Oh, yes, it is. Can I demonstrate with
You
picture?
can, please. DJ, please. Today is the demonstration. They kindly come to the studio and help us to demonstrate.
Okay.
All right. So DJ is coming to help
Okay.
us.
So that we show
you
by
show.
Example.
Yes.
The way you should not be seated
Yeah.
in somebody's
Okay.
office. Actually.
All right. Before you stand, I would like to let's listen to some music as Madam Emma gets prepared to show us demonstrate these things to us.
Okay.
This program is proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education. This program is proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Emma.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay. So when somebody invites you to their office
okay.
and they offer you a chair, so if you're a lady,
Okay, so before you continue, if you are listening to us on radio, kindly go on social media. Go to our Facebook page on Transformation Agenda Series on Education, or the Word Radio GH page, or you can also get us on Class 91.3 FM on Facebook. Please go there and then watch Madame demonstrate how to enter someone's office, the attitude that you need to demonstrate as you enter. Okay, great.
so when you enter into somebody's office and they've asked you to sit down,
Yeah.
obviously you want to, let's assume this is the seat.
Okay.
So you come in here and you get seated.
Okay.
So if you're a lady, basically your back should hit, the back of the chair.
Okay,
So
that's
don't
if you're a
slouch.
lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladies even and men.
Okay.
Men and ladies.
Okay.
You don't want to slouch like this in somebody's office.
Okay.
You don't want to go like this.
Okay.
I'm not in a drinking bar.
Okay.
It's not your office.
So which there's a way to sit in a drinking bar, right?
Oh yes, I mean you can sit anywhere. And
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
But you're in somebody's office, so you have to show decorum.
Okay.
In the person's office.
Okay.
So first off, you want to sit. You want to push your back behind and make sure
Okay.
it hits behind the chair. So that enables you to have a straight back.
Okay.
So when that happens, as a lady, you should learn to put your knees together into one. And then if you like, you can anchor one foot behind the other ankle.
Okay.
That way it gives you that sort of support. And with your back straight, you strike an elegant pose.
Wow.
Because you're talking to the person and it looks all professional.
Okay.
The men are always in pants, so they are allowed even to open up their feet if you're a man.
Okay.
But as a lady, and a lot of ladies don't learn it these days, they sit anyhow. But as a lady, your legs should be together.
And then sometimes they have a reason for sitting like maybe to entice the person or seduce the person. Yeah.
So you have your legs together like this as a lady, maybe one ankle behind the other ankle, and it makes you look elegant. So when you talk, your voice can flow.
Oh, so your sitting posture even affect the way you speak. Okay.
You're sitting like this. Obviously, you are
Closing.
putting pressure on your throat. So
Wow.
you are putting pressure. But when you sit up like this, your voice is clear. People can hear what you're saying, and you can communicate professionally. And so in somebody's office, so you always need to be conscious. You can't just lose guard and then decide that you're going to slop in the chair, or you're reeling behind, or you're going slanting to one side. It doesn't show courtesy to the person who has invited you over to have a seat.
Wow. Thank you very much. That's
You're
beautiful.
welcome.
That's beautiful. All right. So thank you very much. And now before I've seen some ties right in front of you.
some
Want
ties.
you to show us that.
Okay.
I mean, these days when I'm walking around, I see men put on tie. I check the way they put it on. And I check. And I say, well, now I become an expert of branding. That's beautiful. I didn't know all these things. I was just dressing around thinking that I'm doing something. Anyway, all right. Now let's quickly go look at appearance. How does appearance affect one's image?
If you're well dressed, it affects the confidence you feel in yourself. That is why when ladies dress very well and they know they've dressed very well, the step is different.
Okay.
Because obviously you feel good. Appearance is important because people do not know you. They have never met you before. So the common denominator in assessing you is your looks. Your looks will tell them whether they want to engage with you or they don't want to engage with you. So appearance is crucial in your brand. So appearance is not just about the clothes you're wearing. It has to do with your hair, your makeup, the care of your skin, your nails, your color combination, the type of shoes you're wearing, your dress code. For example, we have over 50 different types of dress code. So you need to know what to wear, when to wear, and how you're going to wear it to that occasion. And when you do that, it makes you self-conscious about yourself because you know that you're managing your brand professionally. There are people, whenever you know you're inviting them to a program, you can only imagine that they will be properly dressed because they have established that as part of their brand identity. They don't joke with their appearance. So you and when people dress well, how do you and I feel?
Yeah.
We feel good, don't we? We respect them. They're like, oh, that's a very nice tie. I like the tie. I like the pocket square combination. Glue's good. So these are the kind of things that makes people respect us when we dress properly.
All right. Before we continue with my next question, if you are watching us on Facebook or YouTube, please, I want you to look straight to Madam's DJ. Can you put the camera on Madam for me? I want you to use this to show us because it's very important. Now, last week when you came to the studio, you taught us something at the conference.
Yes.
How you are invited to their place and you have to know the colors that are in that premises, or maybe the color of the company that is inviting you.
Yes.
And then maybe your tie color may match that one, and it gives a certain impression. So last week you were in yellow and black, and today, because Class FM colors are white, black, and yellow, and today you are putting on black and white, and it matches the room. Tell us about that one.
The idea is that you want to fit into any environment, especially
you need to fit into every environment you are invited to.
Yes, you are invited to.
Wow.
Especially this is applicable to those going for an interview.
Okay.
When people are invited to an interview, they forget about the appearance bit of it. But your appearance is about 40 to 50% of your scoreline.
Wow.
Because I have sat on many interview panels before, and as you're walking in, I'm grading you automatically.
Wow.
The reason being that if my company has a color code, and already I see a semblance of it to your dressing, I feel some sort of affinity for you and my brand because unconsciously you're representing my brand.
Wow.
So when we have training for grooming for interview, we normally tell people, when you have an interview and you have a slightest idea the company that's inviting you, please, before the day of the interview, go over to the company identify their work culture, identify their dress code, and make sure that you groom accordingly when you're attending the interview. When you do that, it gives the interview panel the impression that you're already halfway into filling up the job that you're looking for. So it's very important that when you're groomed and you're in an environment, match it a little bit. Don't look odd. I mean, some people will tell you that red is my favorite color, but you can't always be in red.
Okay.
I mean, alternate it from time to time.
The favorite color syndrome.
Yeah, that is it. Oh, wait there, I made them share red. Why? I mean,
you're always in danger.
I mean, so those are the kind of things we're talking about, please.
All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to activate the phone lines before we talk about. We continue with appearance. We have just about 10 minutes out of this place. Please call us if you want to ask a question. 0302 2080. 0302 2080. 0302 2080. Call us if you have a question to ask Madam. Please, Madam Emma, she's here to answer you. And please, we also would like you to. We will ask her to give out a number for you to also call her off studio. And if you have some questions you want to attend any of your conferences, we're going to give you an announcement before we end the show concerning this program that we're organizing. And I believe that it will be a blessing to you. Madam, let's look at appearance as we continue.
Okay.
How should a teacher dress, for example?
A teacher should dress in a way that befits his image and brand. We discussed it the last time. We say that the teacher is the first point of contact for a lot of these students, and they are like objects that are being understudied by their pupils.
Okay.
So if you, the teacher, is constantly in tattered and dirty shoe, you're indirectly sending the message to your students that it's okay to look that way. But that doesn't help them in their socialization. So as a teacher, at least the least is clean shoe. Teaching is formal. I would say it's a formal sort of education.
Okay.
So can you maybe wear formal clothing? Now, formal clothing does not mean that your waist has to be shirt and tie.
Thank you very much, Madam. You have a caller on the line. Good morning. Can you reduce the volume on the radio set? I think I'm getting some feedback here. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, madam.
Yeah, good morning. Please, Madam is here listening to you. Ask us your question.
Please, madam, as a receptioner, a male receptioner, how will I dress? Will suit be good for the reception?
Okay, so Madam, he's asking as a receptionist, a male receptionist, should he wear a suit?
Tell him if he wants to, he should. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
It will even make the people respect you, because when people walk in and they see you in a suit, they think you own the business.
Wow.
And whatever you tell them, they will listen to you because you are dressed in the part.
Wow.
But if you dress like a messenger, you'll be treated like a messenger.
Okay, I hope you heard it. What's your name, sir? Hello? Okay, all right, he's gone. All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
wearing it. All right, okay.
Yeah, it's about your brand.
All right.
Okay.
So let's go on.
So,
so I'm looking at appearance. Appearance. I mean,
yes,
in different.
Yeah. So remember some of the training we did last week
with the
we
teacher.
Showed you with the teachers.
Yeah.
We told you that with the teachers. So if you want to, if they want to go into English wear, that is fine. It's also acceptable. If it's African print, like what you have on,
okay,
beautiful.
There's somebody for you. Hello, good morning.
Okay.
Good morning. My name is Azuri.
Can you reduce the volume on the radio set for me, sir? Thank you very much.
All right. I'm calling to say thank you for the program you are doing for WORDRADIO.
Okay.
This women are military. This is how you see the military team always looking good. There's something that we call military.
Okay, hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
You are making a very important point. Can you reduce the volume on the radio set for me, I beg you? Or you can even switch the radio off.
Yeah.
Don't. Hello?
Yes.
Now talk to her. You mentioned a point that... Wow. Okay, you talk to her.
In the military?
In the military, yeah.
So there's something called my military.
Okay.
And in one of the military, you let all the things. Well, you are
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I think we're having some feedback, so let's pick another call. We'll get. I understand what you're saying. We'll mention it to Madam. Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning. All right, so we lost this call out. Can you call us 0302 2080 02? We have just a few minutes to get out of here. Madam, I think that Mr. Azuri was talking about the fact that if you look at the military, the way they appear, and that's what there's some caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Great. So, what's your name and where are you calling us from, please, sir?
King James from Pram Pram.
James from Pram. James, how is Pram this morning?
Very good.
All right, so talk to us.
I'm applying for a mechanical job.
You are applying for a mechanical job?
Yes. And it involves working with tools, your hands, getting with oil, and all those things.
Okay.
So, Madam was talking about the dress code.
Okay.
Is it good that I wear overall to show the kind of the position that I'm applying?
Great, that's powerful. All right, so hold on, Madam will talk to you, Madam. So he's applying for a mechanical, like a mechanic who is going to be using oil. He's going to be dirty and all that. So he's going for an interview. How should he appear?
Okay, so if you're applying as a mechanic and it's not an administrator role, of course, which you need to be in your shirt and tie to attend the client. If it's like hands down work, go in your overalls.
Go in your overalls.
You clean one, not dirty one.
With oils.
No.
All right, there's someone else on the line for you. Let's see. Hello, good morning. Please, when you call in, just reduce the volume on radio so it helps us to listen to you and hear you clearly. Thank you very much. Hello. Oh, wow. All right, so you're talking about the mechanic.
Yeah, so you have to go in a clean overall.
All right, clean overall. Hello, good morning. Wow, please check the lines for us. I think the calls are just coming.
Yeah.
All right. No, that's a feedback. So one call is on. You need to cut that one off so you can connect us. All right. So, Madam, continue.
So you're a mechanic. You want to prove the point that you're ready for work. So go in clean overalls.
Can you go with tools in your hand, ready to?
That's what I was going to say. Go with your tools. Tell them, this is my trade. This is what I do. In the interview, and if they ask about your question, tell them about yourself, then open up your tools.
That's right.
And tell them, this is what this one does, this is what this one does.
That will give you a plus.
I have this sense of experience. It gives you a plus. When you tell you're a mechanic, you go there looking like a director. Are you playing here?
Anyway, I remember in the 80s, if you remember, in the 80s or early 90s, Jerry Rollins, I think they came up with the idea that all mechanics should put on watches because some of them were seen as, they were seen as mad people on the street, so they were asked to put on watches. I remember clearly. So I think it's very important.
Yeah, very
so
important.
So I think this one, we will have to, because we are getting to elections, there are a lot of conversations that the ministry want to have.
Okay.
So what we are going to do, wait maybe after December, we will be having a conversation, the series on branding. Yeah. So that's particular for branding. We pick it one by one and we educate Ghanaians. It's very important that we do this. Now, finally, let's see the items you have there. We have just 1 minute for you.
Okay, so we have the pocket square.
Yeah,
and we have
which I never used one because I didn't know how to do it.
Yes, but I can imagine the pocket square will look good on you.
Yeah.
So let's quickly show your audience how.
All right, please go on social media. Just watch us live. With just 1 minute of that.
Pocket squares are important. They help you to define your image. So with the pocket square, you can just fold it a little bit, pick it like this. Just always knot the bottom. Give it a firm knot. Okay. And then insert it in your suit. You see how pretty it looks like this. Yeah. And then so these are things that you can use to enhance your grooming. Okay. And also it's important to know that your pocket square and your neckties, they don't match.
They shouldn't match. But I've seen people use the same tie with the same.
God save us.
Oh.
So normally what happens is that they sell them like so in the market.
Okay.
So buy similar thing, then swap it, exchange it.
Wow.
So I bought a pocket square with a tie in this color, with polka dots on it. Okay. Tiny polka dots. And I bought a plain one. Okay. I just swapped it. Wow. So this can be used together. Okay. And then the other one.
So you don't use the same thing. Please, unfortunately, it's saying that's a cage go for them. Madam Risha, what do we need TV? Anyway, Madam, thank you very much. This is very, very educative, and I'm very thankful for making time to come, because if you had sat with people, I mean, you've spoken to over 1 million Ghanaians. I'm sure of that, because we are on social media, we are on OFM, we are here. People are listening to you.
Sure.
If you collected money from us, or we collected a fee you were going to make a lot of money this morning. But then you've sacrificed and you've been here to help us get all these. And we are just so grateful for you coming. And that's one caller on the line, right?
Okay.
Oh, let's pick this last call and then that'll be fine. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, please. What's your name? What's your name and where are you calling us from, please?
Please, my name is Emanuela and I'm calling from Dansuman.
Okay, talk to us from Dansuman.
Okay. Please, I wanted to ask Auntie if is it important to consider your body type when you are dressing?
Okay.
Because sometimes certain dresses don't really fit the body type, so it doesn't also make the appearance look nice. So I wanted to find out if maybe there are certain particular dress codes and colors as to certain body types.
All right, thank you. So this one I'm going to answer for Madam. Okay, so Madam is going to answer this question because our time is up. Madam is going to come back here and we're going to run a series on this one and it's going to help you. Thank you very much, Ella, for calling us from Dansoman. God bless you so much, and we hope to have you ask us the same question when we come back. A lot of calls are online, Madam, for you. Yes. Please, can you give us your number so that people can...
It's 020 64 717
65. So the number is 020 64 717 65. That's 020 64 717. The number is quite interesting. 020 64 717 65. This is even branding. The color is even branded. The number is even branded. God bless you, Madam. Thank you very much for coming.
Me,
All right, so thank you very much for joining us this morning. I believe that you've learned a lot. God bless you. Thank you very much, Minister for Education, Honorable Dr. Yose Duchum. God bless you. Next week, we're going to see you. But when it's 10 minutes past 12 this afternoon, try and listen to us or watch us on Pan-African TV and 8 p.m. on GTV as we bring you documentaries across the regions of this country. Transformation Agenda series on education. I am Abraham Edu. I'll see you next week. Bye.